Hi folks, this is Max from Android Smartphone Review.com. Well, that's a site I'm gonna actually build. Don't go, well, it's probably up by the time I upload all this. Anyway, I've got the Smackdown between the Samsung Galaxy S2 on the left and the HTC Evo 3D. Anyway, let's go over some of the features. Let's go look at the look and feel of the design. Obviously, they're actually pretty similar as far as width and length. The HTC Evo 3D is just actually it's about as tall as Galaxy S2, but the Galaxy S2 is a little bit longer, so it is a little bit bigger phone. And I believe this is 4.5 inches on the, I have to double check the specs, but you can see it is much bigger. Okay, and both have a front-facing camera. The Galaxy S2 has 3 buttons versus 4 buttons here. It's missing the search button on the Galaxy S2, but I don't use that button anyways. And you got the volume buttons on the right. There's no camera button on the Galaxy S2, and also on the back, obviously the 3D Evo has 2 cameras for the 3D function, whereas the Samsung Galaxy S2 has an 8 megapixel camera, which is great for 1080p videos. This one actually is, probably the best camcorder on a smartphone I've ever seen so far. It also does 1080p. As far as the screen, I've got it both at setting at the brightest. Let me show you. So, at the brightest, and they're pretty much both very similar. The Samsung obviously has a little bit of advantage because it does look a lot brighter. The colors are much brighter, and as far as multi-touch, I don't know, I just feel like the S2 is better. I mean, the 3D Evo is a great phone, but Samsung has just done an incredible job with their latest phone. So what about the thinness, right? This is where it gets very tricky, or what I like about the S2, it is so thin. Whereas my my Evo 3D, when I put it in my pocket, it does feel kind of like I have something. Whereas the Galaxy S2 is almost half the size in the depth here. Maybe not half, but a little bit more than half. But it's obviously I think this is the thinnest phone in the world right now. But it feels really great. Let me see. So let me show you the camera on both and see. The maximum resolution on the Evo 3D without 3D is 5 megapixels, and then on the Samsung Galaxy S2 you can do up to, let me see, sorry, you can do up to 8 megapixels. And let me take a photo for you guys of my USB port thingy there. So I'll take a photo there and photo there. Right, and let's look at the photos. And you can clearly see that the Samsung Galaxy S2 picks up a bigger resolution because it's higher resolution, and it picks up more of the colors. It's a lot brighter. So it's a little bit better. I mean, you can't beat the S2 as far as camera, but I mean the Evo 3D is made for 3D. So there's trade-offs depending on what you want out of your camera. But the coolest part about the S2 is you can do this. Can you do this? There you go. I was able to do it earlier. Oh, you know what? I have to go to gallery to do that. Let me show you that real quick. Gallery. There we go. So you can do zoom in and zoom out. This is another cool part about it, and you can do the multi-touch. That's part of the Samsung TouchWiz UI, which is really cool. You know, it's another cool little multi-touch. Everybody should have this. As far as the weight of both phones, definitely the S2 is like almost half as light as the Evo 3D. I'm not bagging on the Evo 3. I love my Evo 3D, but the S2 is definitely a great phone, so I'm gonna get one. Other than that, the Samsung TouchWiz UI has improved on the new one, and it's incredible. And I think I like it over the Sense. Now Sense goes 3D. Anyway, what I really like over the Evo 3D is the design. The design is just, it feels really good in my hands. My Evo 3D, I love it, but it does feel a little bit thick and sort of like, I mean, if you compare these two phones, you just feel like you want to hold this more. That's just my personal feeling. Some of you may like a bigger device, but I just feel like Samsung has done an incredible job. And you can probably see the display. Can you see right there? You can tell that even at an angle like this, the Samsung, you still have the nice display at this angle. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but I can see right now that the Samsung, it doesn't have as much glare, which is cool. I'm not sure if it's that. Yeah, it doesn't have much glare. That's another cool part. Anyway, I really like this phone. I highly recommend it for those of you on Evo 3D. I mean, this is still a great phone. But you know, for those of you trying to upgrade, I would probably try to get the S2 if you like, you know, some of the stuff that I said. But I really like it, and sorry, that's my Smackdown. If you want me to review certain parts of it, actually, you know what? I'll have another Smackdown. That one where I'll soup up the Evo 3D to overclock it with the ROM, the fastest ROM out there, and do the same thing with the Samsung Galaxy S2. That'll be Smackdown number 2. So watch out for that. That way we can go head to head with the best ROM overclocked and see who wins the battle. Anyway, thanks y'all, and that's all for now. And don't forget to leave in the comments what you want me to review, and we'll review it next time. Alright, thanks y'all. See y'all later.